Okay, Tanya, in your DAF, a lot of things have been mentioned, but can you tell me something about yourself which are not in your DAF, still they are your some of the defining characteristics?
So things such as I have a good team spirit in me, which is one of the defining factors. Along with this, I also have a very strong willpower in me, and I also have determination, perseverance towards something that I have in my mind. I also have good communication skills. These can be the few defining things in me.
Okay, so let us take, for example, you are in a group of four-person. Okay, so in philosophy, it is said now that there are a number of types of education. So based on, for example, something without taking your name, some of the traits among four girls, if someone is trying to recognize you without asking your name, without saying something, that person reach to you.
So can you please repeat the question?
Yeah. See, every person has some traits. So based on that, that can be recognized. For example, if someone is not knowing your name, but knowing your characteristics, and by knowing characteristics, someone recognizes that it is the you. You are the person who is there. So the person is, for example, observing your behavior in a group of four. So how the person will recognize it is you?
So whenever I'm in a group, my most recognizable characteristic is that I keep the group entertained. So I'm the focal point of the group, whether it is any joke cracking or conversation starting. So in that way, I can be easily recognized by someone.
Any other thing?
Uh, so, so this would be one. I cannot think of any other thing.
Okay, okay, okay. So you say कि you are cracking jokes or doing some type of things means you are the most interactive person. You are interacting with other. You are engaging other person. Okay. So is there any sometimes defined things you are talking or just sometimes unnecessary also you are talking?
So not unnecessarily. I always try to talk something relevant. Sometimes when I'm in a group, whether it is anything related to someone's life or it is related to any career choices that someone is making or any current related event or some days just random talk related to everyday life that we have. Uh, Occasionally, I also crack jokes when someone is not in a good mood or something to lift them up. So these kind of things I talk.
Okay. So generally when you meet in group, you are the person who is in initiative communication.
Yes, sir. Often it is me that initiates the conversation.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good. So you have studied sociology. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about the sociology, how sociology can be used in our uniform forces? For example, you become an assistant commandant and you are posted somewhere, for example, in public place. So how sociology will help you?
So sociology could be helpful in managing interactions, understanding the problems of especially tribal people or women or children. Some sensitivities that relate to these people could be understood. Other than that, related whenever I'm posted to a place, my troops also need to be in good command. So managing the mindset of the group of my people in that way also sociology could be helpful.
Okay. Can you say sometimes sociology can be detrimental also? Knowledge of sociology?
So sometimes, very rarely, if we rely too much on sociology and try to make generalizations about something, it could be detrimental. For example, if we see any fratricide or any such issue happening in the forces or so, if we generalize the issue that it is because of some particular reasons related to family or other things, then that could be detrimental. We should keep a broader view. In that way, sociology gives us many dimensions and it would not be detrimental that way.
Okay. When, for example, we are in an operation area, there as a commander, you should have less sociology. Just justify this thing.
So sociology often talks about society and maintaining social relationships and keeping the society above the person. When we are posted in some challenging conditions, we cannot be thinking about too much about human rights or other things, because at those times we have to take certain actions which might be counter to the prevalent ideas of human rights or civil rights. So in that way, too much sociology could be detrimental, because then the security of the nation comes first.
Okay. There are certain circumstances, for example, when life becomes very difficult. Being a lady officer, sometimes life is not challenging from the opposite side, or to the persons or people or groups, insurgent, Maoist, etc. You are dealing. Sometimes life is difficult, being a woman from our own side also. Let us take you are going for an operation. Your senior commander, who is senior to you, is very efficient. He has so many medals in his name, but still the person is of little loose character. Just take, while going in operation, how, what precaution you will keep, so that you should do operation successfully also, and you should also protect yourself also.
So in that situation, if I know for sure that that person has some bad intentions, I would ensure that I do not meet that person in alone or in isolated areas. I would keep some other troops or my subordinates with me in those situations, or someone of my colleague. Other than that, I would ensure that my talks with him are restricted to the workplace, and not out of the work interactions are there with him. Also, I would be committed to my duty and ensure that those commands are handed down to me and worked on efficiently. And other than that, any other such demand raised is not entertained, would be ensured by me. If anything happens, I would ensure that complaint is made by me to the proper authorities.
Okay. Recently, for example, there was anniversary celebrated, means in the sense ki, of emergency. Emergency was one of the darkest moment, and in June, in fact, 25th of June 1975, emergency was imposed. What do you know about emergency in India?
So emergency in India was imposed by Srimati Indira Gandhi, who was the then president of prime minister of the country. It was imposed on the idea of internal disturbance that happened in the country. Politically, it is believed that she wanted to protect her position, therefore the emergency happened. But there was high Naxalism in the area at that time. In the 1970s, we had Naxalism rising in the eastern part of the countries. Other than that, also there were many other issues, really many other disturbances that were happening all around the country. When emergency happened, there were very serious violations of human rights. People's right to civil liberties were damaged, and also many political leaders were jailed. Civil rights activists were jailed. When emergency was removed, Verma committee was formed, and it was seen that the changes which were made even in the constitution by the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act, and otherwise also the civil liberty damages that were done, they were not justified. And therefore, by the 44th Constitution Amendment Act, we ensured many safeguards into the constitution so that this does not happen again.
Okay. One thing in the start you said, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi imposed emergency. Am I right? You said na?
Yes, sir.
But I'm saying that a statement is wrong.
Yes, sir. So it is the power of the president to impose the emergency, and it is, and because the president is bound by the recommendation of the prime minister and the council of ministers under Article 75, and therefore it can be said that it is actually under the hand of power of the president who
Yeah,
imposes the.
that's good. But you said about the Prime Minister with Council of Minister. Is this true?
So at that time, Prime Minister did not inform her Council of Ministers, and therefore safeguards were ensured later on that Council of Ministers need to be taken into
No.
compliance.
There is no term used as Council of Minister.
So Article 75 mentions Council of Minister.
No, in emergency, you said na ki in 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, there was certain things changed has been
The
made.
in Yes, sir.
Now, Council of Minister, term Council of Minister is not mentioned. Actually, term Cabinet is minister. Cabinet
Yes,
is
sir.
mentioned. Ki President will get in return from Cabinet. So, Cabinet is part of Council of Minister. So, each
Yes,
member
sir.
of Cabinet is part of Council of Minister, but each member of Council of Minister is not part of. Okay.
Cabinet
At
members.
the time, there was a 20 Sutri Karikram, means 20-point agenda. Have you heard about that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, little bit.
So 20-point agenda was a targeted poverty alleviation scheme which was launched in order to remove poverty in the country.
Only for poverty.
So poverty and underdevelopment, that was there.
Something more was there?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. So, for example, if in Central Armed Police Forces or any, for example, CSF is your first choice. If any amendment is made, for example, in CISF Act, then which or agency is authorized to do that?
So CISF comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. So I believe if an amendment is to be passed, it would be through Ministry of Home Affairs.
So Ministry of Home Affairs one day will wake up and will change the rules.
Sorry, sir, I have to read about it.
Just try to guess.
Sorry, sir.
No problem. It is your task. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anyway, let us take tomorrow. Uttar Pradesh is changed as uh, means bifurcated in 4 states, 4 parts. So how the process will start?
So the process of verification of any state is this power resides only with the parliament under the article 3rd of the constitution, in which it has the power to divide the state. So if that happens, a simple resolution by a simple majority would be passed in the parliament, and in that way the state
Okay.
would be
So
verified.
randomly one day parliamentarian will awake and will say ki, yes, now UP is divided into 4 states. Is there any prior thing?
So they have to take the recommendation of the president for that, permission of the president for that.
Okay. So president, one day prime minister goes to president and say, yes, just sign this document, and parliament simply will pass and a state will be divided.
The state's assent is also needed.
Is this sure?
So I have to read about it.
Okay, no problem. If we have to change name of any, for example, a state, then
So to change the name of the state also, the parliament has the power under article 3rd of the constitution.
okay, no problem. So in, for example, CSF is located in many states, union territory. So in your opinion, in which state most number of CSF personnel are posted?
So I'm not sure of the number, or I'm not sure of the state in which the highest number is present. But if I were to guess by your permission, I believe that it would be a very an industrialized state like uh, South India, somewhere Chennai or Bangalore, so I'm not sure.
Okay. No hard and fast thing. Okay. So, for example, recently at this time, I just came about emergency and all. Same thing, for example, happened during Indira Gandhi era. Ki opposition said कि रिमूव इंदिरा गांधी. तो इंदिरा गांधी से कि वो कहते हैं इंदिरा हटाओ, मैं कहती हूँ गरीबी हटाओ. So whom you will say? How the cycle has come to same level?
So, so I do not understand the question. Can you please repeat it?
Yes. I said ki, for example, the things at that time, during means before emergency, there was slogan कि इंदिरा गांधी says कि वो कहते हैं इंदिरा हटाओ, मैं कहती हूँ गरीबी हटाओ. So आप किसको
Okay.
हटाएंगे? Same situation has come in present era. Just elaborate the
Yes,
thing.
sir. So presently, the party in power, the India-led government, is the commands a majority in the parliament, and also it has it is a state party in many of the states of the country, ruling party in many states. So the opposition has come together. Various parties have come together, and they have been holding opposition meets and saying that the Modi-led government or the prime minister of the country needs to be removed. So their main agenda has been that targeting the prime minister of the country, whereas the prime minister is focusing more on the development issue and other related areas. Therefore, this situation could be similar to what happened during the Indira Gandhi era.
Okay, so recently there was one meeting of opposition party. Are you aware where it happened?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Sorry, sir.
Means entire opposition was in one place. You said, yes, I am aware, and you are not knowing where the meeting happened. In-
So I knew that the meeting had happened, but I don't know the place. Sorry, sir.
Have you heard about a place known as Patna?
Yes, sir. Patna lies in, it is the capital of Bihar.
Yes, yes. So there the meeting happened. Okay, no problem.
Okay, sir.
So you appeared in CDS how many times? CDS SSB?
So I've appeared in CTS SSB 3 times.
Okay. So in which place?
So it was in Allahabad. Then it was in SSB Bhopal and it was in SSB Bangalore.
So three different places, three different states. So what was your best performance?
So my best performance was in SSB Allahabad because there I was conference out. In the others, I could not make it through the screening process. So my best performance was in Allahabad.
Okay, okay. What are your shortcomings you observed in three, for example? Obviously, we cannot say with certainty कि I committed this mistake or I have these shortcomings and all. But anyway, in your opinion, what were your shortcomings?
Uh, so, so firstly, talking about why I was conference out in my attempt. So in that, I did my interview good and my psych test was good, but I was not able to perform at par in my group task, and that I believe was the reason I did not get recommended. When I talk about my screen outs in other two SSBs, the reason is that I was not able to make a story that was much more related to the subject. Uh, One time I was not able to observe the number of characters and their moods efficiently, and I believe that is the reason why I was screened out.
Okay, so for example, when you are going for SSB, so any of your family member is going with you or you are traveling alone?
So it was when I went to SSB Allahabad that I went alone. For SSB Bangalore also I went alone, but for SSB Bhopal my father accompanied me.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's good. So, for example, if you go to some area, obviously, while going to SSB, even for example, if you are going alone, there is no requirement to stay in hotel or to search somewhere. Directly, you can report to either center or even in some places they are picking from a station also. This thing is happening now. Okay, so it is not a problem. But obviously, not only you, it is happening with majority of candidate. Obviously, all more candidates will be rejected rather than accepted. So, for example, once the candidate is accepted, he is recommended, whether finally getting in merit list or not, that is other issue. But if the candidate is recommended, then there is cheerful mind. Yes, I'm now in good condition. But majority of candidate problem is that they will be screened out or they are means not recommended. So once, for example, at the time when you see I'm not recommended, how you feel?
So as I mentioned in my strength that I have good resilience and perseverance towards my goal. So whenever I get rejected, whether it be a screen out or a conference out, I take it as a learning. And as now also I have one more SSB lined up for future. I'm very sure that I would overcome my shortcomings and perform good in the forthcoming SSB.
True. Have you heard about the concept three parent baby?
So I'm not very sure about it, but I have heard of it.
Yes. So anything you know?
So three parent baby could be when when deviating from the normal standard of a mother and a father, another person, either through surrogacy or through any other process, they bring. So I'm not sure. I have to read it.
Okay, okay. Anyway, surrogacy, just tell me. Surrogacy is not three parent baby. Surrogacy is a
Okay,
different thing. Okay. Surrogacy
sorry, sir.
is like a two parent baby only. The third lady is just like a vessel. You are just carrying the fetus. It is nothing, she has nothing to do with that. Okay. So, for example, in obviously, you are a physics graduate. So previously, I asked about any emerging technology in physics. So obviously, I will not ask that thing. But there is a famous concept, a string theory. Obviously, some person I think have got a Nobel Prize in that. But anyway, have you heard about a string theory?
Yes, sir. So string
Yes.
theory is an attempt to develop a master theory in physics. String theory believes that the word that we live in is in the form of string. For example, any event that happens, it is in the form of string, and it has many consequences or many future ways that a particular event can happen, and also many ways preceding that particular event, so that that particular event happen. So string theory is actually a master concept to explain the universe.
Okay. One of the famous scientists who got fortunately Nobel Prize, Isaac Rabi, he said that majority of women are not fit for high-end science thing, particularly physics or something. But anyway, that thing is not true. Okay, so many females have proved that, even Madame Curie and so many are there. So anyway, in your opinion, in from India, can you tell me some of the top physicists who are female?
Sorry, sir, I don't know the name.
Except you don't know any name.
No, sir, I don't know the name. Sorry, sir.
Okay, okay. Any female who is doing great in science and technology, now your field is wide open.
Sorry, sir.
Just try it. You cannot say na ki if you are not knowing any female who is doing, I gave you ample chance. It is not about the things that prove ki you said I am a sociologist, a student, and sociology, it doesn't mean obviously ki you are just talking to a closed group. Sociology means we have to expand our horizon. It is not required ki if I meet to some person only then I know about someone. Even for example, someone I'm not knowing, still I should know now. Just try, give some try.
Sir, I'm aware that in ISRO there are many women scientists who are also who were also at the helm of Mars orbiter mission. Also in NASA, we have many scientists that are working. Recently, a mathematician also got a field medal for that, uh, a Ukraine mathematician. But sir, I'm not sure of the name.
Okay, see, I'm asking about Indian person. So for example, one name, recently I asked one question was three parent baby, so it is related to use of biotechnology and our Kiran Majumdar Shaw. I hope you have heard the name. She is chief of Biocon in biotechnology. She is the foremost name in India. You said about the scientist in ISRO. So one is, for example, Ritu Karidhal. Another is, for example, Vinita, and so there are so many. So at least you should know, okay, that is the
Yes, sir.
requirement. Anyway,
Okay, sir.
for example, every person when growing up, he or she thinks some person are doing better in life, and obviously, even if I am not going in that direction, still I take the person idol. Key role model. Don't take your parents' name because obviously for every person, exceptions are everywhere, but parents are the first teacher or first role model. Besides your parents or immediate family member, who are three persons you grown up to take by taking motivation from those that yes, I should also do something better in life.
So I have many friends who are at present doing very good in life. I have some school friends who made it to Microsoft. Also, some who were part of IISER
Yes,
institution.
yes, yes. Listen,
So
listen, listen, listen. I said you were growing. So your friends, when you were kid, your friend reached to Microsoft or NASA.
no, sir, no, sir. I was talking about present.
I said na ki a person when growing up, then the person finds some person as role model. So your
Yes,
friends
sir.
are with you. They are not.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
There was a teacher that I had when growing up in class 9th and 10th. He taught us social science. Uh, I felt the method in which he taught and the kind of dedication he had towards the subject, that was a kind of role model for me about how much dedicated a person could be towards the subject and the energy he filled in all of us. That pushed me towards the interest in the subject and also towards being more serious for studies. So that could be one of my role models.
Okay. Okay. So, for example, recently, in fact, obviously, court is now closed. So, after opening of court, again, that issue will emerge. So, there is, for example, same-sex marriage concept is a hot debate topic. Some people are of opinion that it should not be allowed. Society will be destroyed. Some people are of opinion that it is right. It is, in fact, it is fundamental right under Article 21. I should marry to the person of my choice. So in that regard, still their final verdict is not there. Obviously, it is mentioned under Article 21, it is my right. But whatever development is there, and as an independent person, what is your opinion regarding that? Should same-sex marriage is allowed, and what is its consequences if it is allowed?
Same-sex marriage, after same-sex was decriminalized under Section 377 of IPC, same-sex marriage has become one of the most boiling issues because the people, they are not able to claim civil rights regarding whenever their union is not recognized, their marriage is not recognized in the country. Because of that, proceeds related to divorce or property-related issues could not be sorted out. They can also not adopt children or have surrogacy under the surrogacy law. So, because of that, they went to the court for right of marriage. The court has been very progressive in its stand related to marriage, but the government has said that this kind of sensitive issue, for this kind of sensitive issue, the voice should come from the people itself. And whenever the policy mandates, the court should not interfere into the process. As an independent person, I believe so that even though the people of same sex do have their claims towards this, but we need to have proper legislative procedures into place because if on first hand we give the court gives them the right of same sex marriage, there would be many legal issues that boil up from that. Therefore, it should be a slow process that should be initiated from the legislation itself.
Okay, now leave aside law. What as a philosophically, what is your opinion regarding that?
So I think every person has a right to be with anyone they want to be. So regarding same sex also, if they wish to be with the person, the union should be recognized because it is a sacred union. Even the religion regards marriage as something very sacred. So if they wish to be, there should be no force that should deny them this authority.
Okay. So, have you heard about key? is homosexuality, some people are saying ki there are one term is used ki urban elite. This phenomena, for example, is recent phenomena, and urban elite, some of people think ki if I am, for example, like having same sex relation and all, then it is like advancement. So in your opinion or your study, what you have studied, is it a urban elite phenomena, or in nature some other living creatures are also showing same sex behavior?
Uh, so same-sex behavior has been religiously also a part of the country. Historically, we have had in the Shastras and Ramayana and Mahabharata, we have evidences of that. In nature also, we have unicellular organisms that are there. We have microorganisms such as amoeba also. We also have plants which exhibit such behaviors. So unisexuality is something that is present in the environment and also in the humans. It is sometimes also a physical phenomena uh, that happens in the body. So it is a biological phenomena and should not be regarded as an urban elite, uh, because even in the rural areas also we have such people. The term kinner, they are ingrained into the Indian society. We call them whenever marriages or any auspicious thing happens. So it's a part of the culture, and calling it an urban elite phenomena is not a right thing, in my opinion.